we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, so the snow and rain have stayed out of the forecast, but we're in for a cold afternoon at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
On first down, it's Campbell, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Back.
On second down, it's Campbell, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Right there. 54 Mike.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Watch that. Undercrush. Check 24.
Off the play fake. Porter, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on.
A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Back to throw. Porter. That's complete to DK Metcalf. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Mike to 59.
Watch the slant. 59's Mike.
From the gun on third down. Porter over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Following the interception, Winston. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Jameis to throw it. Dye's got it, complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Go!
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 48.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. The numbers for him from a week ago, 19 carries, 54 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a third down and less than a yard. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Here's Winston as they've got it with a third down and less than a yard. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Porter. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
On second down now. It's Campbell, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Looking to throw. Porter, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it up.
From the gun, Porter. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Porter. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. From the 36, Winston. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Winston now to throw on first down. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. From the gun, Winston. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Nice job, bro.
Deontay Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 23. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
2nd and 3. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the gun, Porter.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Second down and inches. Catch made here by Campbell. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Off play action. Porter. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Porter got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
Yeah, now they'll try to pile on. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments.
And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Winston. He finds his man Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing. Winston. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
I'm going to run you over.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him?
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 6 yards away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out come the Steelers. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 61 yards. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Check 13.
And they'll start on the ground with Hines.
Run.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. They run again with Hines. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Check. Watch 54.
We ain't giving up nothing.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Winston. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Jameis now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Winston now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Winston now under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it'll be 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. How about the safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack?
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now this throw caught left side. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Check, 59.
On 1st and 10, Porter. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
On fourth down, Porter. And he comes back with one complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, no, it takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Pick me up. Here we go. Check.
Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
2nd and 2. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Check, 93's the mic, 93.
Looking to throw. Porter. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. Back to throw. Porter. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. And boy, you want to talk about guts. Guts is going for 2 when you're down 1 in that spot right there.
Do they not trust their kicker? Did they not feel that it was time to go ahead and do that? Or did they just say, we've got a play on that we're so confident in, we're going to go ahead and do it? I'm going to say they're going to say that in the press conference.
This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2000.